guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome. Super glad you decided to hang out. Today I was just in the mood to film a get ready with me. I wasn't really planning on doing one, but that's just what I'm in the mood to do. So if you're interested, then go ahead and stick around. As always, if you like this video, please give it a cheesy thumbs up. That lets me know what you guys love to watch. Really helps me out. And if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and you can become part of my Jonesy fam, where I post videos twice a week. So let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna use a headband today because I've already straightened my hair. Really hope this doesn't leave a dent in my hair. Don't judge me, you guys. Like, my sponge that I'm using and my brushes are dirty. That is my project for tomorrow. Really dreading it. I freaking hate cleaning brushes. To start, this is the No Problem primer by Touch and Soul. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm last year, and I'm pretty well, like, halfway through it at least. Yeah, like I said, I was just in the mood to film this. Wasn't really planning on it, but just kind of thought, why not? It's been a while, like a while since I've done one. You know, I know this video might not do that well, and not that that really matters, but like, I do look at it, but I mean, I don't really care. I'm just gonna do what I want. So today I'm going to be using a lot of Haley's Beauty on my face, as well as Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, or Jaclyn Cosmetics. I'm not using her lipstick. I did not buy any of those, but you will see throughout the video that those are quite a bit of the products I'm using. So I'm going to be using a Haley's foundation to go in. This is the Reform Liquid Luxe Luminous Finish Liquid Foundation. I'm in the shade 2.15. I feel like this might be just a scooch too dark, and that's just because I'm really pale. But, you know, I make it work. It's okay. So today is Saturday, and I'm not really sure what we're gonna do today. To be honest, I wasn't sure I was gonna be doing anything today. I just got the vaccine yesterday. I opted for the Johnson & Johnson one just because I wanted to be one and done. And I've already had COVID. I had it a few months ago. And I've heard that that one is like just as effective as Pfizer and Moderna. I mean, I think I probably would have gotten the Johnson & Johnson one anyways, just because I really didn't want to get 2 doses. I just wanted to be one and done. You guys don't judge me for this disgusting beauty blender. I've been using it all week, so it's gonna get washed tomorrow. One of the nurses that was there said the Johnson & Johnson one had like minimal side effects, which I thought was good. And I asked her, oh, I've already had COVID, does that make a difference? And she was like, oh, well, I've had COVID too, and I got the Moderna one, and you know, I just breezed through it. And I was thinking, oh, that's great. And around, I think it was hour 20, I was like, my arm was sore, but I was still feeling pretty good. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I'm not gonna have any side effects. By hour 21, I was on the couch with full body aches, a 101 fever, the chills, and like, ugh. I mean, it's fine. Like, I expected it to happen because every time I get the flu shot, I get sick, but that just kind of sucked. Luckily, I'm feeling a lot better today, so my arm is still kind of sore, but that's the only thing that I have going on. But yeah, that just wasn't very much fun to spend my Friday night just on the couch, miserable. So, like I said, we weren't really planning on doing anything today. But since I feel better, I really want to get out of the house because it's going to be like 60 degrees and sunny today, which is just like the perfect spring day in Ohio. And yes, you guys, I overblend, so don't judge me. But honestly, I don't really know what we're gonna do. So, like I said, I already had COVID a few months ago, and I did lose my taste and smell. And this week, I feel like my taste has just been going in and out. Luckily, this morning, I could taste my peanut butter toast, and I had a liquid IV in my water, and I could taste that too. But I'm still like not convinced that it's back yet because sometimes more mild flavors. Like earlier in the week I had like some mashed potatoes and I could not taste them. So that kind of stinks. I'm really hoping it comes back soon. I've heard that's just like a side effect that you can experience, which again really stinks. It's weird because I feel like my smell is completely back and I have not had any issues with losing that again. It's really just been my taste has been going in and out. So hopefully that comes back. We're supposed to do like our own little Easter brunch tomorrow. Like me and my husband made reservations at this really nice restaurant and I'm like, man, I really hope I can taste that good food. For reference, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade Light 1.25 Affogato. But like I said, oh man, I'm really hoping I can taste my food for that brunch tomorrow because it's a restaurant that I've never been to. It's called The Pearl and they're really well known for their oysters. I personally am not a huge seafood person. What contributes to that is I have a really bad shellfish allergy, especially to shrimp. Shrimp especially, I cannot have it. The first time I tried it, my throat closed, like kind of closed up. Luckily, I only had one, so I didn't need to go to the hospital. But their brunch menu looks amazing. So you guys, I'm really hoping I can taste my freaking food because you guys, what is a life if you cannot taste your food? Like if that tells you anything about me, I'm a big foodie. I love food. Just for reference, I'm dabbing a little bit of, this is the Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige, just for a little extra coverage. But oh man, I hope I can taste my food, you guys. Like I said, I could taste my peanut butter toast this morning. However, I will say I've been having peanut butter toast all week and I've been able to taste the peanut butter because that's a really strong flavor. So I really hope that comes back soon. It's weird because like I said, my smell is completely fine. Like I have my favorite candle back there, Gelato burning. Smells awesome. Obsessed with it. Still obsessed with it. If you haven't seen my candle declutter, you would know that is my absolute favorite candle. I have 5 of them that are pretty much, 4 of them are not burned. That one is brand new. But it's weird because my smell is completely fine. You guys, COVID is weird. And I know it's a global pandemic, but I just feel like COVID fatigue is real. I mean, my husband and I were still being pretty careful, but COVID fatigue is real. Like I am ready to be done. I'm ready for the world to go back to normal a little bit. So just for reference, to set my under eyes, I'm going in with the Haley's Beauty. This is the Retouch Perfecting Powder Loose Setting Powder. I've really enjoyed it. It's still fairly new to my collection, but I really do enjoy it and I would recommend it if you are in the market for a new loose setting powder. It just kind of gives an airbrushed effect, especially if you use it all over your face. But anyways, like I said, I don't know what we're gonna do today because I'm not for sure that my taste is completely back, because normally when we want a day to ourselves, we go brewery hopping. That is one of our favorite things to do. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to taste the beer. And I don't really want the extra calories if I can't taste it. We'll see, we might still end up doing that. And if I can't taste, then I'm just gonna sit there drinking like water or Sprite or something. Not fun. Okay, so my face is pretty much done with foundation and whatnot. So I'm gonna go in with one of the Jaclyn Cosmetics duos. I'm using the one in Lilac Love and what is this, Top Tan. I love these, you guys. I think they are amazing. The only thing is I feel like you have to use a denser brush because of the formula of the product. Not an issue, but just want to call it out. So I'm using, this is actually a foundation brush by It Cosmetics. It's the Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush, number 101. This is what I use for my bronzer and I really like it. And I honestly, I don't feel like you can ever get too much on your brush because it's kind of like bronzer for dummies, in my opinion. I don't want to say it's not pigmented, it is, but it's very buildable. So that's why I feel like you can't mess it up. And even if you get a little too much, you just blend, 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 and it just, you guys, I love it. I kind of want to get, I have another one that's in the, I think it's Pink Me Up and Oh Honey, and that's one is just like a lighter pink and more of a, I would say the bronzer is just slightly deeper, but I really like that one too, and I feel like there's another one that I want that could work with my skin tone. I don't remember what the shade is, and honestly, it's probably sold out. I've really been enjoying these so far. So what's been going on with you guys? Like I said, I haven't talked to you guys in a while like this. I've been doing really well reading books lately, if anyone out there is a reader. I don't think February was a great book reading month, but I feel like my forehead looks a little heavy, so I'm just gonna go over that with the sponge. This is also the Haley's Beauty sponge, you guys. I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. Anyways, back to books. February I don't think was a great reading month. I think I only read 2 books. Oh my god, I'm sweating. March was better though. I think I read 4. So again, I'm using another It Cosmetics brush for the blush. This is the number 227 Flawless brush, and this is what like I said, what I'm using for my blush. So there was this book I read in February, and it's called One to Watch, and one of my coworkers slash really good friends said, hey, do you want to read this with me? And I was like, yeah. And you guys, I'm pretty sure I finished it in like 3 days. It was so good. If anyone likes The Bachelor, which that's a whole nother topic, I'm not gonna ramble about that because not everyone likes it, which why not? Because it's so addicting. But this book is about this girl that's like, she's a plus size blogger that lives in LA, and she gets like wine drunk one night with one of her girlfriends and is basically tweeting about the show that's like The Bachelor. I don't remember what it's called. And it goes like viral. And for the new season, there's a new producer, and she wants this girl to be the lead. And it's like a huge controversy because she's a plus size woman, which that's a whole nother topic. Like the fact that a plus size woman it would be controversial to have her on a TV show. Dumb, because everyone's different. It doesn't mean you're not beautiful just because you're plus size. Anyways, another topic of conversation. Anyways, like she agrees to do it, and it's about her journey on the show, and it's a really good book, you guys. It's fiction, but I was obsessed with it and finished it in 3 days. Okay, so for highlight, I'm using one of the loose highlighters from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is in the shade Extra. If you saw my declutter, you will know that this highlight is like seen from outer space, you guys. It is that good. But anyways, that was one of my favorite books that I've recently read. I've also been reading, I don't remember the author. I'm really bad with remembering the authors, you guys, but it's the Beatrice, Hyde, Clare series. And I would definitely say it's more of like a young adult series. Oh my gosh, I feel like I just got so much on me. Yeah. Okay, hold please. I feel like it just looks like I have a strip of highlighter on my face. So be warned, this highlighter, the name is true. It is Extra. And I just feel like it looks like I have a strip on my face now. So you just need the slightest bit. I think I blended it out enough where it looks fine now. But be cautious with that highlighter. Using a little bit of Extra on my nose, my Cupid's bow, which is sweaty because this room is hot. Whew. Sweating, you guys. I swear, like, I don't have a fever this morning, but I've just been, I think my body is still trying to like work it out from the vaccine, so I'm just hot. I can kind of taste my coffee. So I'm imagining if we got beer, I probably wouldn't be able to taste it. So my face is done. So I'm gonna take, this is the Anastasia, what is it? Dip Brow, like brow gel. I've been trying it out. I don't hate it. I still don't love doing my brows, you guys. I don't know why. I don't like it. Honestly, I think it's because my brows are just kind of sparse, but ugh, I don't know. Anyways, going back to books, I've been reading the Beatrice, Hyde, Clare series, which I'm pretty sure is a young adult series. At least to me, that's how it reads. It's based in like, I think the 1800s, and her parents die when she's 5, so she lives with her aunt and uncle and her 2 younger cousins. Like I said, it's in the 1800s where like young women would have a coming out season, and the whole point is to find a husband. And in her first season, this girl calls her just drab and dreary. So she kind of gets known as like a spinster, and she ends up having like 6 or 7 seasons, and she's like 26. And the whole series is basically she comes upon like this guy that was murdered, and she realizes she's a really good investigator and can solve all these murder cases. And along the way, her partner in crime is this duke that is like really handsome and really picky, apparently, with choosing his wife, going in with the Ulta Beauty eye primer, by the way. And of course, like, she ends up, you know, falling in love with them. Of course, you guys. But I'm gonna be honest, when I first started reading it, I did not like it just because I thought she was kind of annoying. But the more I read it, I was like, I wanted to know what happened, which is why I kept reading it. Going in with Brûlé, the Wet n Wild single, just on the brow bone. But this, like, I wanted to know what happened in the book, which is why I kept reading it. And then I kind of got addicted to it. So that's what I've currently been reading. I think I'm on book 4 or 5 at this point, but I just think they're really like easy reads, and I think it's a cute series. So that's what I've been reading for the time being. Okay, you guys, I'm bringing back an oldie but a goodie. This is the Tartelette In Bloom palette. This is honestly my favorite palette to travel with. I love it so much. I feel like if this palette broke or if I lost it, it's one of the few palettes I would actually buy, if that tells you guys anything. I want to do more of a neutral look today because I just got a new lipstick in the mail that I really want to try, and it's a red lip, which I think will go with what I'm wearing. I'm like repping the Blue Jackets today because they play tonight. Go Jackets. This is a hockey household. Love them. But anyways, I really want to try the red lip, which I think will go really nicely with my like casual jackets attire and then the neutral eye. So to start, I'm not going to zoom you guys in because like it's not a tutorial. I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here, Jet Setter, and do that just above the crease. And I'm using my e.l.f. Crease brush. This was free with an order, and I swear you guys, it's like my favorite crease brush now. I feel like I have a lot of books that I want to read, but I don't get through them very fast because typically I just read like at night right before I go to sleep, which is not the best idea because then if I get enthralled in a book, I'm up till like midnight or 1 a.m., which obviously is not great for when you have to work the next morning. But there's just so many other books I want to read. I'm trying I think it's called the Libby app, and you would have to check your local library to see if it works with their system. It's like a digital library where you can connect it with your Kindle or your Nook or whatever e-reader you use, and it's amazing because you guys, starting out, I was that girl that was like, I am not gonna like this e-reader, I prefer real books. And fast forward 3 years after I've had it, and I am obsessed with my Kindle, and I hardly touch real books anymore. And I think the last time I did do a real book, I was like, this is weird, I don't like it, and I couldn't read it in bed because I didn't have like a light on my side table to like have light to read it. I'm a convert, you guys. Like, I love it. Okay, honestly, I want to keep it kind of light. Gosh, you guys, I'm so freaking hot. I think I'm gonna go in this with the shade Rebel, and I'm just gonna do that in the outer corner. So the weather here in Ohio is finally starting to get nicer. I think there was actually one day this week it actually snowed. In the Columbus area, I think it was just like a flurry and it wasn't even enough to like stick. But one of my friends that lives up in like the Akron-ish area, she has snow on like covering her backyard right now. And I'm like, what? Is this an April Fool's joke? April Fool's was on Thursday. Actually, I think that's when it happened. I think it was on Thursday because a lot of people were like, is this an April Fool's joke? Obviously, it's not like we can control the weather, but yeah, it was just crazy to see that. I'm, for one, so glad we didn't have that in the Columbus area because, again, like, I have 2 French bulldogs and you guys, they hate the snow. So it's a big thing to try to even like to get them to go potty in the snow. It's bad. Anyone else have French bulldogs? Do you feel me? Okay, I think I'm gonna take the shade Firecracker right here all over the lid. And I think I might take Funny Girl right there, just kind of on top of that. But oh my gosh, you guys, like, it's just crazy to see some snow this week. How's the weather where you guys live? Is it like warm? Are you still seeing snow? Because like, I mean, Ohio truly can have like all 4 seasons in one week, I'm convinced. It's just stupid. I feel like living in Ohio, the weather sometimes is just crazy. Nonetheless though, I am really happy that it's starting to get nicer. I would say like my perfect weather is between like 55 and 65. Like it's that sweatshirt weather. Man, I love a good sweatshirt weather day. If you hear something in the background, it's my cat. She's playing with, I don't know, something on the floor. Playing a little bit more. I just feel like the eye looks a little bit dark. I feel like this look can look, or not this look, I feel like this palette, depending on what you use, it can look a little muddied, but I kind of like how that turned out. I think that's pretty. You guys, I need to get some more makeup wipes. I'm like completely out and I'm being really stubborn about it because I can go to the Dollar Tree and buy Wet n Wild makeup wipes for $1, but I have just been lazy. Like I don't think I've been out of the house once this week except to get the vaccine. Like I worked from home this entire week. Okay, I'm gonna take Funny Girl again and I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. You guys, I'm so excited. I ordered the Lizzie McGuire Color Pop palette. I only ordered the eyeshadow palette and the blushes just because I'm gonna go in with this shade Charmer, by the way, just on the brow bone. But the other stuff in the collection, I just really didn't want. Like I think there was a lip scrub, which that I did debate because it's a bubblegum lip scrub apparently, and that just sounds delicious. But I didn't buy it. But the other things were just like these clear glosses and I think like the Glitterly Obsessed, which is just like a glitter like jelly that you can kind of put everywhere. And I feel like unless you're going to like Coachella or something like that, like would you use that every day? Probably not. It has not come in the mail. I don't even know if it's shipped yet, but I'm gonna do a video about it whenever it does come in. Hopefully it's this week. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna use the Morphe, what is this? Their ink, well, the shade is ink. It's just their felt tip liquid liner. But yeah, I'm excited for that to get to me. The colors look super fun. Gosh, does anyone else have textured eyelids? I feel like even with the easiest liquid liner, it still is so hard to make it look like a straight line. And this is not user error, you guys. I've been using liquid liner for years. It's not me. I have textured eyelids. Ugh. And again, I always feel like I have one side that looks better. It's usually this side. Oh, I forgot to do some shadow on my lower lash line. Let's do that real quick. Just gonna take a smudge brush and I think I'm gonna take that shade Rebel again for the lower lash line. So something else I'm excited about, you guys. So I think every year since 2016, we've been taking a friends trip. The friends trip usually consists of Travis's, that's my husband, his high school friends, and it's usually a group of like 4 or 5 of them, just depending on who comes. But we've been going on a friends trip since 2016, and this year we decided to go to Scottsdale, Arizona, which I'm really excited about because I've never been there. And granted, we're going in like the middle of July, so it's gonna be hot as balls there. We got this amazing house off of Airbnb, so I'm really excited, and I'm kind of hoping by like June, or not June, gosh, by July there will be like enough herd immunity where it'll be okay. And I know all of our friends are getting the vaccine, so like we're not really worried about that, but just like in general for like going places. Pause on that conversation. I'm gonna try curling my lashes today. Usually this is something I don't like to do. I just feel like my lashes aren't super long, so I don't feel like curling them really does anything. But we're gonna try today. But anyways, going back to that Arizona conversation, really hoping there's some herd immunity as far as going to bars or restaurants or even breweries or wineries. Really hoping there's some herd immunity because, like I said, everyone we're going with is getting their vaccine, so we're not worried about that. But you guys, I'm so excited. Like I said, I have never been to Arizona before, and I know it's gonna be freaking hot, but I also know it's a dry heat, and I would much rather deal with a dry heat than humidity. Like, Ohio is so bad in the summer for humidity. It's terrible. Actually terrible. So I'm gonna use, this is the gosh, I can't talk. This is the Totally Tubular mascara. I think from, I can't remember the brand. It's not a brand I'm super familiar with. I got it in my March Ipsy bag. You guys, I just don't remember the name of the brand. I'm sorry. I'll put it across the bottom of the screen. I've used it a couple of times. I think it's okay. I don't really think it's my favorite, but that's all right. So going back to Arizona, I'm super pumped. And I think we're gonna have not like a super large group, but I think there's, well, I guess it depends on your definition of large. I think we're gonna have 9 people with us. I'm so excited about it. Anyone that like lives out there or has been out there and you have recommendations for food or experiences or places to go, I would love to hear from you. Side note, you guys, I'm really impressed I'm still talking to you while doing my mascara. I feel like that's a skill. Can I add that to my resume? Can still talk while doing mascara. I feel like that should be a resume skill because that's hard. But like I said, if anyone has recommendations, I would love to hear from you because we're just really excited. I know it's still like 4 months away, but I definitely think that 4 months is going to go fast because I mean, it literally feels like January was yesterday and it's already April. So I definitely think the next 4 months will go fast. I don't think I've used this on my lower lashes yet. I'm gonna try it. The one thing I don't like about it, and don't quote me on this, but I think it's a tubing mascara just because of the name of it. The only thing I don't like, I feel like it dries down really fast. And I am always a girl that does 2 coats. And I feel like it's hard to do 2 coats when it dries so fast because, do you guys know what I mean? Like, it's hard to describe, but like when it's already dry and you're adding another coat, I just feel like it makes it chunky, which I really don't like. So it might be more of like a 1 coat mascara, but I don't like that either because I like 2 coats. Okay, so for lips, I'm really excited. I just purchased this. It's by One Click Beauty. It's the Sassy Red Lipstick collaboration. So for anyone that doesn't know, Sassy Red Lipstick is a blog and her name is Sarah. She's amazing. She was living, I believe, in Arizona and now lives in Las Vegas, which is where she's from. This is her first collaboration and obviously like her brand name is Sassy Red Lipstick. So of course she did a red lipstick collab, but I love the packaging. I think it's so cute. This is like her sketch Super cute. Of course, the dogs just came in, so if you hear them, that is what you hear. You hear snorting, you know Buzz is here, guys. So I'm really impressed with the price of this bundle because you get a red lipstick. You get a red lip liner. You get a red liquid lipstick. Also really love the packaging. I think that's super pretty with the gold top, and it does have like a decent weight to it. And then you also get this like gold glittery gloss to go on top of it. So I literally just got this in the mail yesterday. So let me do some swatches for you guys because I have not even swatched it. Also, the lip liner is a twist up, which I love. Personally, I am lazy and I do not like sharpening my lip liners just because I'm a lazy bunghole. I've not even swatched this. This is my first time swatching everything. So I'm really excited to use this today, you guys. I think I said I was really impressed with the price of this because, man, that truly is a gold gloss. I expected it to be more clear. But the price I think is $26. So there are the swatches. You can see that gold gloss actually does kind of have a gold tint to it. I feel like normally gold glosses truly are clear. So that's interesting. Oh, guys, I'm really excited to try this. I really trust Sassy Red Lipstick's recommendations. So just to give you a little bit more about her blog, she is like a curvy gal and she gives a lot of recommendations fashion-wise, and she loves luxury stuff, but she also gives you some more affordable stuff too. So I really love that about her, and I love following her, you guys. I'm a curvy gal myself, so I love seeing other curvy gals that are successful. So anyways, let me pop this on. So sometimes I fill my lips in with the lip liner. I'm not going to do that today since I'm using a liquid lip. I really just want to see how this performs on my bare lips with the liner. I will say the liner, very pigmented. It was a little dry going on the lips. I feel like a lot of the time when it's a twist up like that, it's more creamy, but hopefully that means it's going to stay in place more. So here's the color on the lips. Very pretty. It is I would say a true red. I think there's a little more blue in it, but for the most part, a very classic red, which I think, personally, I think is gorgeous. I did not have to dip back into the product. This was just with one dip. There is quite a bit of product on the wand. So you can see the wand itself is a little whiter at the base and then kind of tapers. So each side does hold quite a bit of product, so you don't need to dip in more than once, which personally I think is great because you don't want to have to constantly be dipping back into the lipstick and then your lips are just going to be like goopy and gross. It does dry down fairly quickly. I would say it's already dry and it's been maybe like 15 seconds, 10-15 seconds. So I'm going to kiss the back of my hand. Let's do a transfer test. You can see there might be just a smidge, and I think that's from the rim. Let's try it again. Okay, so I pushed a little harder that time. I still don't know if you guys can see it. It's just a little bit worn off there. So I would say the transfer test is great. I do want to try it with the gloss. I would say most days I would just leave it on its own. It does feel pretty comfortable. I think it might be a little drying, but definitely not the worst that I've ever tried before. Let's try the gloss on top of it. And for reference, the wand for the gloss is the exact same. So I'm assuming I won't need to dip back in for a second time. So I think that's pretty. It just gives a little bit of a sheen to the lips. It did transfer a little bit onto the wand, which I think is to be expected anytime you're putting a gloss over a lipstick. First impression, I do like it. I will probably keep it on for today. I say probably because usually I don't wear like a bold lip places, but I feel like my eyes are pretty neutral and the red lip kind of like goes with everything. So let me just take this out. I feel like it's gonna like have a mark just because I'm freaking sweating. Oh, great. Ugh, you guys, my hair needs washed. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look. I think it's really beautiful. I love the way my skin looks. I really love the eye look, but that's one of my favorite palettes. First impression on the lipstick, I think it's great. I'll let you know how it wears. But yeah, this is the finished look, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoy doing these get ready with me's. If you want to see more of them, please drop a comment. I would love to do that for you guys. But as always, whoever you are, wherever you are, whether you gave it a thumbs up or you didn't like it, I just appreciate that you were here. It really means so much to me. So that is all I have for you guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye.